You know that old phone you have sitting in a drawer, or that forgotten laptop tucked away in a closet? What if I told you that stuff isn't just waste? What if it's one of the richest, most concentrated resource deposits on the entire planet? Today, we're going to dive into the absolutely wild world of urban mining.
Okay, just look at this number for a second. $36,000. What do you think that represents? The price of a decent new car, maybe? A down payment on a house?
Well, that's the potential value of the precious metals locked inside just one single ton of high-grade circuit boards. All of a sudden, that pile of old electronics doesn't really look like junk anymore, does it? It looks more like a treasure chest. And this incredible value, it's fueling what you could call an urban gold rush, and it's forcing all of us to completely rethink our relationship with waste.
So, what exactly is urban mining?
Well, put simply, it's the process of pulling out valuable materials from what scientists call anthropogenic stocks, which is really just a fancy way of saying all the mountains of stuff we humans have already made and thrown away in our cities. So instead of mining the planet, we're mining our own garbage. And the contrast here is, well, it's pretty stark. Traditional mining, rips resources straight from the Earth's crust, the lithosphere, and it often causes just massive environmental damage. Urban mining, on the other hand, taps into the resources that are already all around us, which helps conserve our planet's natural spaces. And the richness of these urban mines, it is astounding. Seriously, this is no exaggeration. A single ton of old mobile phones can actually contain more gold than a ton of ore that's been pulled from a traditional gold mine. Just think about that for a second. It's an incredible concentration of value. And, it's not just about the value of the materials themselves. Look at the energy savings. It takes up to 13 times more energy to dig these metals out of the earth than it does to just recover them from e-waste. This is an absolutely massive win for the environment. So with all this potential value just sitting there, how should we look at our old tech? For years, especially for businesses, it was just a liability, a data security risk and a total headache to get rid of. But now that entire equation is flipping. Old tech is fast becoming a financial asset. This whole transformation is handled by a process called IT asset disposition, or ITAD for short. And it's not just about recycling, it is all about security. It starts with secure collection, which creates a documented chain of custody. Then comes military-grade data wiping. Because, let's be real, just hitting delete on sensitive data is nowhere near enough. And finally, a full hardware audit gives a clear record of everything, which is totally crucial for compliance and financial tracking. But how are all these precious materials actually recovered? You might be picturing some giant machine just crushing everything into dust, but the most effective method is actually way more precise. It turns out the highest recovery rates come from careful, manual dismantling. Right here, you can see skilled technicians literally taking these devices apart, piece by piece. This careful separation is absolutely key. It stops valuable materials from getting all mixed up and contaminated, which ensures almost nothing is wasted. It's really more like craftsmanship than simple recycling. But, it's not all gold and easy money. Hidden inside our modern electronics is a genuine danger, a ticking time bomb that requires some serious expert handling. We're talking about batteries. Specifically, the lithium-ion batteries that power pretty much everything now, from our phones to our cars, and when they're just thrown away, they become a really serious hazard.
And the risks are severe. These batteries can spontaneously catch fire in waste facilities. The lithium itself can cause nerve damage if people are exposed to it. And of course, if these hazardous materials leach out into the environment, they can contaminate our soil and water for generations. So how do we solve this? How do we safely unlock the value inside our e-waste, especially inside those really risky batteries? Well, the answer lies in some truly cutting-edge science. Welcome to the new alchemy. Okay, now this might look complicated, but the idea behind it is actually incredibly elegant. It's a process called hydrometallurgy. Hydro just means water. So instead of using brute force and super high heat, it uses water-based chemistry to selectively dissolve and pull out individual metals from that e-waste soup. Let's compare the old way with the new. On one side, you've got pyrometallurgy. That's basically smelting. It's carbon-heavy, burns tons of energy, and creates toxic gases. But on the other side, we have this revolutionary form of green chemistry. It's a low-temperature process, it's about 30% cheaper, and it uses recyclable, non-toxic solvents to do the job cleanly. It is a complete game changer. And this
This really brings the entire story together. On the left, you're looking at the past, digging massive holes in the earth. And on the right, you're looking at the future, clean, high-tech facilities recovering those exact same resources from the things we've already made. And this isn't just about getting a little better at recycling. These innovations are the actual building blocks for a truly circular economy, a world where the very concept of waste becomes obsolete. Just imagine this. In the near future, every single electronic device comes with a digital product passport. A simple scan tells you its entire material composition, every metal, every plastic, every chemical. This would give recyclers a perfect recipe, allowing for nearly total recovery and creating a perfect loop. So the next time you look at your phone, ask yourself this: is this thing destined for a landfill, or is it the valuable raw material for the technology of the future? With innovations like these, that choice is becoming clearer and clearer every single day.